So my name is Paramita Bhaduri, and born and brought up in Kolkata. I'm 45 years of age, and all of a sudden I decided to take up yoga. But was it all of a sudden? No, not really. I just joined this institute, Yoga and Happiness, and probably this is one of the best decisions of my life. I think one of the most beautiful elements about yoga and happiness is when I spoke to the Acharya for the first time, I didn't know about his background, nothing. I looked him up much later. But what spoke to me is about the humility with which the whole thing was conducted. The poise, the grace, and the knowledge base that was shared with me, I was completely taken by that. And then when I went back home to look up and do a bit of research on the Acharya, it gave a very different picture, as in you could just look him up by the name and he's there available on the internet, and he's that big. He's a big name in the world of yoga, yet when you come to speak to him in person, you will see that how a very humble soul, something that you're supposed to be, that something that you are, speaks to you, not from the capacity of the metal that he has earned in his lifetime, but from the capacity of one soul to another. It was a one-to-one discussion, and I was totally taken by that. And that is when I went back to make the decision of joining yoga. And I think this is one of the best decisions I've made. Like the name suggests, happiness is what I experience in here in this institute. I started my career pretty early on in life. After graduating in class standard 12, I started working with Oberoi Grand Kolkata in their gourmet club card section. Post that, I got absorbed by Alliance Air and I was flying with them as a cabin crew. In fact, right after my class 12, I had thought of being a pilot and taking up on the cockpit, but I have certain medical situations, which is water balance problem, and I did not realize that I'll be rejected as a cockpit crew candidate. But after taking up the ground classes, theory classes, and also flying about 10.5 hours in Cessna 152A, it was a heartbreaking decision for me to not fly as a pilot, but to take up on the cabin. But such is life, that is how it happens. I did my graduation online, and after that I did my MBA in HR. Post which I shifted to the L&D vertical of HR. L&D is Learning and Development vertical. I started training, and once I moved into that vertical, I started doing random freelance job as a trainer, because the 9 to 5 shift did not really appeal to me. And as I began to train, I realized that there's something that I really wanted to do myself, not work for somebody, but I wanted to work for a cause that appealed to my inner self. And then COVID happened. And when COVID happened, I realized that this world needs to heal for various reasons, at every step and at every level, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And not only the human race, I realized that this world, the planet as a whole needs to heal. And I wanted to contribute in whatever little way that I could. I started looking up an alternate healing mechanism, because mainstream treatment, the so-called allopathy and the pharma way of life, we all not know about it, and we all know how they work. So I am not getting there. So I really realized that there needs to be a very strong parallel stream of not only just healing, parallel way of life. That way we don't end up earning so much, yet end up spending so much on our medical insurances, on the hospitals and things like that. If we are established in perfect health, there's no need to go to the hospital, and that's possible. That right now, as I practice sound healing, I'm also have taken up this course in yoga. Whether or not we believe in yoga, whether or not we know about yoga, the most interesting and the most beautiful thing is we have been established in yoga right from the inception, right from our inception until the time we leave this body and move on to other worlds and other realms. So yoga is about you, yoga is about me, yoga is about the entire world and the cosmos. And the more you'll know about yourself. I mean, who are we really? What are we here for? What is the purpose of this life? Where do we come from? Where do we go? All of these answers. Are we just humans supposed to be born and eat like any other animals, do whatever the other animals do? And now we have corporates telling us what to do, how to do, everything. Were we born for that? Why don't you come and join us to know the purpose of your life and contribute accordingly and find meaning and give meaning not only just to your life but to everyone else. Thank you. That is all that I have to say.